Happy September. I hope you're doing well. Okay. All right, guys. I think this reading is going to be for, I think people are on different ends of this spectrum, okay? I think that there are um, Leos that are uh, uh, working outside the home, working in the home, raising kids, trying to deal with like 1,000 other things, right? And all keep up massive appearances, right? I'm gonna show you the cards, but then there's others that are using uh, uh, beauty, just shallow vein things to get what they want, but they're not long-standing. And I think for that certain group of people, you're going to come up against, it's how you're communicating, right? You may come up against people that are fated to be put in your place to show you exactly how that's not working for you. So there you go. It was a little confusing, but I think that we'll figure it out as we go, okay? Because I feel people being exhausted, like beyond exhausted, right? And you're really being told that you have people in your surroundings, husbands, friends, whatever, that you can release some of this to. Let them. I think you're trying to do this, but you've got people around you that can help you. So you're kind of being asked to release that a little bit and turn some control over to them and let them do some things, right? So there you go. You've got the Ten of Swords is the energy coming in. Don't panic. For most of you, that's, I'm exhausted. You've got to take some of this responsibility, right? That's that. That's the, it's the stairway to heaven, right? It's like when we realize that how we've thought about things, we can't go back to doing that. It's the realization of the parts that you've played in things. And, you know, now the world's not going to end if you ask, you know, if you turn some of this responsibility over to your partner, or, you know, if your friends are always asking, can I take the kids while you do this? Or, and you say, no, 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 no. You're being asked to really do that, right? You don't always have to keep up, you know, like the June Cleaver is all I think, because her house was always immaculate. Her kids were always clean. She was never exhausted. She always had like this 5-course meal. I was always just amazed at that. Yeah. And her husband was always home at 5 o'clock, and the kids were well behaved, and it was just like, you know, anyhow. I think that that's the persona, though. I forgot where I was going. That's what you're trying to keep up. But you're being asked to, you know, let Wally and the Beeb take over some responsibility, and your husband too, okay? Or however this plays out for you. You've got people in your surroundings that can help you, because you're kind of burning the candle at two ends here. Then others of you are jumping into the deep end of kind of like the forbidden fruit there, but you're not going to find what you're looking for. It's like the one part of the Libra, and it could be different parts of you too. It can be different facets of how you're trying to find your balance here, right? We come in with the Ten of Swords. Let me show you the cards first, and I'll see where we're going, okay? The Ten of Swords is the energy coming in. We've got the Ten of Cups, okay? We've got the Four of Wands, right? And we've got the Three of Coins. See what I mean? You're burning candles at so many different ends here, okay? And then others of you, you're isolating yourself. So I think you've got a plethora of things going on over here, okay? All right. Now your advice coming in here is the Knight of Swords and the Magician, right? And on our outbound card is the King of Swords, right? So we've got the King of Swords who's mastered this, right? He's all about plans and you know, step by step by step, and he's very, very thorough, like very confident, militant kind of, you know, your husband may even be off in a distance, maybe in the military or traveling a lot, You know, you may be home having to do it all because your energy, one of the advice, you know, your advice here is the Knight. This is the bigger version, right? Knights are always on the move. So your advice is to maybe, you know, slow that down a little bit. Okay. We've got 2 10s coming in here. So things are shifting. All right. 10s are you know, things are good on the home front, right? Like the health is there. It's good in the moment. I think though that's crap. I think you're putting up that facade, in all honesty. I think the outside of the house may look really manicured, but inside it's a whole different ball game, right? It's like you're kind of falling apart in there. And the energy coming in is this, which is like you really can't keep it up much more. I think you're burning the candle at 1,000 different ends here. And you're being asked to really just step back because uh, lungs, heart, eyes, those are all part of your, you know, those kind of things that, stomach, things like that, right? Um, you really want to watch your health. I also think you want to watch out for if you've got four-legged animals like dogs, cats, I'm assuming, right? I don't know what else, horses, right? Um, I don't know, animals like with 4 legs. It'll apply different, I guess, to everyone. Um, you want to be careful around them. I don't know if they kick or I don't know what. There's something with the mouth and a four-legged animal. It may be a metaphor. I don't know, but we'll see there. Okay, what I think is happening here is I think that you're gonna have to bridge how you're living your life. I think that some of you may be in seclusion, right? Like you're just locking yourself away. Others I think are just pushing themselves out there. Being extravagant though in a way that is not going to get you what you're looking for. I think you're playing on kind of venal turf, right? Like it's the superficial part of things. It's not going to get you what you're looking for here. What it's going to get you is this Knight of Swords, who is going to be, you know, someone that will give you the attention, but it's to their own benefit. You know, they're manipulative people, and that could be you doing that, right? Or that could be, you know, you could be on the receiving end. Those are the kind of people that that's probably where the fated people that are meant to cross your path are supposed to be teaching you lessons here. That these people, you know, they're the Knight of Swords in here in this read for the people that are kind of not communicating in a way that is, you know, you're attracting what you're sending out. So I think you may have people in your surroundings that are very crass, bad-tempered, selfishness, but those are the fated relationships that are coming back to show you that that's what you're putting out. So if you're looking for something and you're meeting this, that's kind of showing you that that's where you may have to look at things a little bit different, right? Because the Knight of Swords, he'll give you a good time, but he's on to the next shiny thing. Like there's no drop spot, and I think that that's like the mannerism that you're jumping all over the place here, and you're not going to find what you're looking for, right? Like the Magician here, your advice is to really focus on what you want and get rid of distractions, right? So for those of you, I guess, that are single and on the dating scene, or you want to I think you may not want to be as flashy and superficial. I think you're coming across that way. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are, but I think that if that's what's being mirrored back to you, somehow in this equation you're sending that out. So that's for you guys. And your advice with the King of Swords is to just be a little bit more diplomatic in your communication. And communication is how we show up. It's not just verbiage. It's how we show up. It's the clothes that we wear. It's the body language that we have. It's the smirks on our face, or how we're, you know, it's things like that. So someone may be coming at you that way. right? But if you're allowing it, you need to look at why you're allowing it, right? For the rest of you, I think what's happening here is that you need to let your partners or your spouses or your friends help you with everything that you're trying to do. It's it's okay to do that. You don't need to be, you know, the June Cleaver that worked on television, right? And I guess for, you know, it works on television. It doesn't so much work in real life because I can feel you being exhausted in here. And, you know, you don't want heart issues. You don't want lung issues. You don't want eye issues. Eye issues too, if your eyes are blurry and swollen and not being able to see crystal clear, that means that you're choosing to refuse. You're refusing, I should say, to look at the things that you really need to look at. That's what'll happen. Because what will happen too is if you don't shut down daily when you're supposed to, how you're supposed to, you'll start to have eye issues, right? They'll go blurry or they won't focus correctly. It means you're overexerting yourself and you really need to rest, right? So there you go. I think that you've got a strong foundation at home, but I also think you've got a strong foundation around you of people that want to help you, right? So this is about teamwork. It's about letting people help you, okay? The Four of Wands also is a card of people around you wanting to help you, right? And the Ten of Cups is, you know, happiness in the home, happiness with the people around you, you know. But sometimes this card is the life is just wonderful on the inside. You're just praying. You can get through whatever conversation this is just so you could go to sleep. Things like that, right? Your life is out of balance. All the Ten of Swords coming in is just saying we need to restructure this. We need to restructure how we're thinking about this. Swords are the mind, right? They're how we think about things, right? But the 10, when we hit the 10, it's you can't go back from here. You've got to do something else because this is just not working, right? So there you go. And the outbound again, the King of Swords is just saying you need a better plan, basically, right? This was pretty straightforward. It's a great reading. I think this month what you're going to need to do is just reshuffle things, right? For those of you that are single and dating or looking to date, you need to look at more. You're going to be pulling in what you're sending out. So take a look at the people that are crossing your path because they may just be coming across your path just to show you what you're aligning with. So if you don't like what you're seeing, just restructure. That's all. And for those of you that are, you know, burning the candle at both ends, you've got people around you that, and what happens too is when we don't let people take the responsibilities that they should be taking and that they're probably trying to take from what I'm seeing here. And then we have, you know, resentment towards them. You know, we all do that. You know, people let people help you. That's your advice here because there's one of your messages was, on the work front too. If you're a business owner, watch the people that are working for you because there may be people that are not honest, like maybe people that work remote or people that are, there's just something around that too that things may not be, they may not be as honest as you think they are. So maybe just tighten up the, you know, put your focus there a little bit. Communication exchanges, associations, faded relationships. Just faded relationships, really, guys, just means they're meant to cross your path for a reason, right? So just acknowledge it. If you know Rico Suave is crossing your path, and what you're looking for is you know Mr. Big, there's a big mismatch there. So you need to, you know, kind of see that. Leos are they're charming and they're charismatic and but they don't have to do it all. they're like they have to, Aries is more, it's not as, uh, Leos like people to like them. I mean, everyone likes people to like them, right? But it really bothers Leo when people don't. So they don't like to infringe on other people, but people love Leos. They want to help you. So let them help you. Okay? So there you go. I think this was wonderful. I'm thrilled that I don't have to deliver another crazy reading. This is a lovely one, right? Let the people around you help you. Um, and the other ones, you know, you're pulling in what you're sending out, and it's not who you are. That came through loud and clear. So you're putting on a persona that's not, you're not going to get, um, flashy gets flashy. That's not what you want, right? There you go. Okay, thank you so much. I hope I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do anything for you. Okay, thank you so much.